Well, hello there. I'm so glad you're here. It's a beautiful day in Red Bay, Alabama, and I am Marty Whitney with ARTitude Adjustment. I teach fun art, not fine art, and my signal just came on, so I could.
I'm so glad you're here.
So I'd be able to see your comments. So now that you're here and we've got everything set, I'm ready to go. Like I said, I'm in Red Bay, Alabama today. My husband and I travel full-time in our RV. Those people are called full-timers. And we are one of thousands of people who are kind of like gypsy nomads running around America looking at all the beautiful things there are throughout America. And I also teach painting when I'm invited to areas like RV rallies, RV manufacturers, RV resorts, and then in the wintertime we stay in a little town called Webster, Florida. So, and I teach art there. So, if you come on, and I would appreciate you just saying hi, tell me what your name is, where you're from, and I'd like to get to know you a little better. So, that being said, let me explain what we're doing, because this is the last day of this week's project. And I forgot to say, welcome to the show. And if you're not sure of where you are, this is ARTitude Adjustment, and I'll make you feel better if you stay here. So, like I said, this is the last day of a project that we're painting this week. And I decided somewhere between when we started and now that instead of painting a regular birdhouse, we would paint a pumpkin birdhouse. So, because it's Halloween stuff that we're getting ready for, and it would be no use for me to look into painting a spring item when these birds are looking for Halloween decorations and everything I can throw at them in the way of seeds. So anyway, that being said, I'm going to show you the project that we're painting now, and because it's going to take a few minutes for me to explain all that we've done here. I had not done any pen and ink whenever we started yesterday. But I did show you a little bit about, if it'll let me show you this. We did have a chimney where I'm the general contractor of this birdhouse, and I'm also the painting contractor, so it means I get my way on everything here, so I can suggest it. And it usually happens because I suggested it, right? So this is the chimney. And I've made some marks on it that I'll show you a little bit later. And then there are some areas here that are just full of cuteness. Like, this is the only thing I have left to paint on here is a window box. And that window box is going to look something like this window box. The windows here are highly styled imports from, I think, Italy. Don't they look like Italian architecture or something? I don't know. But they went in very well, and I've trimmed them just the way I wanted them. So the other thing is that, remember the window over the room? This is the window over the room. Hey PJ, glad you're here today. Glad you joined. And this is the upper room over the birdhouse. Now, this is a secret entrance right here. They have another entrance on the back end that you'll recognize it anyway. On the bottom is a little drain hole. Not all gourds have drain holes. Let me show you where it is. That's where the hookup of the sewer system is. Yep, they got a sewer system. I think they have an electric toilet in this model. Okay, now this is the other window that's like the other one, and you can see that it also, let me turn it so you can see it right side up. This is hard for me. What a challenge that is. Okay. Whoop. That's crazy. I can do this. Okay, there you go. You can see the window now. And someone turned on the lights. You can see, oh, we have a housing inspector here. Hadn't even counted on that. And so you like the sewer thing, I'm sure. Okay. I don't know how to turn this. This is so funny. Then we keep going around the other side of the pumpkin, and there are, what do you know, some shutters with pumpkins on them. Oops. I am definitely not a roly-poly person on this camera, but it also has a window box. I'm partial to window boxes on birdhouses, and they are too. And what do you know, there are a couple of pumpkins that are already decorated on the steps. And I might finish some areas like right in here, keep going around, and the next shutters are also decorated with pumpkins, because this is going to attract the right type of tenants, I'm sure. Now, up over this room, see, these are the other entrances. Up over this room is, what do you call that? It's an overhang. So overhang over the porch so that the birds don't get wet. But they don't know. They might fly into that door thinking it's open, but it's not. The only one they can get in is this one, and that one is going to be kind of interesting for me, because that's also where the squirrels can get in and the other things. So it's going to have to be hung, so nothing can jump up and nothing can jump down. Also tomorrow, or by tomorrow, I'm going to be, I couldn't find any UV protectant spray. You wouldn't think that would be such a hard thing to find in this part of the world. It is, unless you pay a whole lot. So I might go over either to Tupelo, home of Elvis, where Elvis was brought up, and look for some at the Hobby Lobby there. But for right now, I have a triple thick glaze, and that will be fine. Up until that time, some of my paint could probably be scratched off of here. Putting the glaze on there will make it very difficult to do that. Hey, Diane. Hi, Meg. Oh, I hope you can get to it next week. But what I want you all to know, that if you would like to have this original template, all you have to do is message me and I'll send it to you. So because just message me, because I'll forget otherwise, and you can have your own pumpkin birdhouse. This was really a lot of fun, and I can see there are some places where I bump it up against stuff, and it's because of this the plastic that it's made out of. And this is an example of it. Where can I turn that so you can see it? Just a little nubby place right here. And I've got some paint. I'll just go over it very lightly and it corrects it. I don't even have to do that. There's one here. I noticed they were on the bottom because just a minute ago I was putting my initials on there. And so I'm gonna turn it around one more time so you can see the construction. Hey Amanda, I'm glad you're here. So I'm going to turn it around so you can see This is the chimney, and it's kind of decorated with the little squigglies. This is, oh, if I could only, let me see if I can do this way. Okay, that's a little better. This is the room over the door. These are the rooms with shutters, and they all have window boxes because I couldn't, they only want the best flowers in their birdhouses, I can tell you that. On around, I have different types of shutters on the front than I do the back. The front shutters have little pumpkins. This is the window box we're going to finish off in just a second. And I've used pins like this. I've used my little, oh, here it is. I've used a Sharpie with an ultra fine point to do my lining. And my favorite pen of all for just about everything is a Uniball Signo with a broad point, and it kind of comes in a package that looks like this. If you can find it, you can't find it everywhere, but I can get it on very good service on Amazon. So anyway, going on around, this is the porch overhang so they don't get wet when they fly through. And then there are a couple of pumpkins on the steps. Okay, thanks, Meg. And so on and so forth. So they kind of look consistent. Like I said on some of my other projects, don't think you have to be exact when you're making out these windows. One of mine is really crooked, but I'm not going to show you which one. But it is crooked, and I thought, golly, why didn't I catch that? It doesn't matter. It's you that made it, and it's handmade. And what a gift to give a bird, or your friend, or your mama, anybody. This is a gift that will go on giving. So I'm going to just come over here. That makes it easier to look at. And like I said, on the bottom, there were several little boo-boos where the paint got scratched off, so I just quickly would put them back on there. Now I'm going to try to do this window box for you so you can see how it's done. I'll just spray it after this is over because I don't want to do it inside our motorhome. I wonder why. I mean, it would be strong, but I also, if you can find some UV spray, some kind of a glaze or something, that's best because the sun is going to damage it. The other thing is to look. I've got something I found at a hardware store, and it's just maximum coverage, fast drying, indoor outdoor. Now, someone told me that if I have an indoor outdoor spray, that if it says outdoor, that means a UV protectant is there. If you know something different than that, please tell me, but because I'm looking for UV protectant on the outside of and I don't want to pay $11 for something that I can get for $4 at HL. So anyway, let me see, is there anything else I need to tell you? The project next week is going to be another painting project, of course, because we do fun art, not fine art, and it's going to be fun. And next week is moving week for us. We'll be moving on over to Mississippi on the way to Louisiana, where I'm supposed to be gaining 10 pounds eating Cajun food. So, looking forward to that. And then I wanted to show you if I can get this pen to cooperate. I'm going to show you how I did this. See, that one isn't going to cooperate. I could work with it, but I don't have time to do this. Sometimes this paint makes it hard for the roller ball to roll. All I'm doing is doing some these are things that birds like at Halloween, little squigglies. I'm so full of baloney. Yeah, I know it. Okay, now anyway, if you're here, I'm glad you're here. You're at ARTitude Adjustment, and I do Facebook Lives every day, 2:15 Central Time. I started doing that because there were 3,000 people getting off work and ruining my signal. It wasn't only interrupted, it stopped dead. And I think they were all getting on Facebook or calling their girlfriends or whatever. It didn't matter. And I'm going to show you what I did over here also. I didn't do it here yet, but this also, do you hear that? That's one of my neighbors outside. It isn't me. So I'm just making some lines here, and I'm going to do some little circles because those are additional flowers in the flower box. Love these flowers. And I did a few little vines in other areas. This already has the squiggly lines on it. I'll put a few more. You can't ever have enough color in the boxes, but I tried not to do, I didn't want to do pumpkin colors in there. So let me get a brush real fast, and I've got a few colors. First of all, I'm going to put the green down just to cover it for flowers. And it just can go everywhere around here. Hope you can see this. I don't know why I have it upside down. It's not necessary. Let's see if that works. Okay, yeah, that works a little better. And I'll put some light in here just so you'll see there's different, this could be the sweet potato vine I told you about yesterday. Okay, nothing fancy. Of course, I'm here. I did have I had a lot of paper towels. I wonder where I put them. So I'm gonna go in with a little purple. And then I'm gonna go in with, oh, that's the orange. I didn't want that. There's always red in flower boxes. There's orange too. When I think of flower boxes, I just think how beautiful they are right now in some areas of the country. Like I said, if any of you would desire any of the templates that I use, I don't charge for them. They make it easier if you see how it needs to go. Just message me. Yep. And I can go back and that wasn't what I was looking for. I could just, you know, make a, I meant that to be darker. And I could make that a little bit thinner. I'm looking for some festivals that are going to be in the Alabama, Mississippi area this weekend. So if any of y'all know of any, just let me know. We'll be leaving, and like I said, and going to Meridian next week, where we'll be there for a couple of days. Meridian? Yeah. Is it Meridian? I think that's the name of the city. We won't be there very long though, because we're just on our way to, and it breaks up our trip to Lafayette. RVers are kind of crazy like that. Because they think, they think driving 150 miles is a lot. Yeah, so we get 150 miles under our belt, and we've only got 200 tomorrow to get to our location. So we have the rest of the day to enjoy ourselves and maybe go to the grocery store and just relax. So that's our work days, usually 9 to 1. Get there, relax, and then the next day, same thing till we get there. But we'll be with one other couple going there, and so we're looking forward to that, because we've been here a month getting all of our appointments taken care of. So, okay, now, is that just the cute? Oh, I told you I don't have to do it upside down. Those little pumpkins are waiting on the birds. Little do they know that that pumpkin has a gazillion seeds that they'd like to eat. Okay, Bob wants to know if the paint has lead. I never use lead-based paint. Tricia, hey! So glad you're here. We're about to have a house opening for these birds. But first I'm going to get it sprayed. I'm going to get it, after I say goodbye to y'all, I'm going to go outside and get my clear satin paint. I might put a triple thick glaze on this. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Thank you, Tricia. I think I've completed this. The only thing left is to sign it. You always sign your birdhouses. I'm just going to put my initials on here. Which my initials are MW. And that should be sufficient. Okay. PJ, y'all are still in Franklin, is that right? That's what I thought. I don't see anything else to do. In closing, I'd like to thank all of you for being here today and for listening to my live. It'll be posted here on Facebook on my ARTitude adjustment page, and it will also be posted to my YouTube page, which is called, guess what? ARTitude Adjustment. So it's a pleasure to show you how the better half birds live, and I look forward to putting this in my yard and hope the fox squirrels don't go think it's theirs. So you know what? It's a great day to have a great day. Now, there was one other thing I needed to tell you. What was it? Okay, first off, don't forget, you can message me and I will send you these templates. Yes, they're worth lots of money, but I'm going to give them to you. Also, don't forget that I will be back here tomorrow at 2:15 Central Time, 3:15 Eastern Time. So, we've accomplished a lot in 4 days. I said this yesterday. If I hadn't been doing these lives, I never would have completed a lot of these projects. And that's including the one tomorrow. I would have carried around with me. So I've really accomplished a lot. Plus, I've enjoyed doing this for you. This is fun art, not fine art. And I hope that you will like it enough that you will SHARE it, because I'm not allowed to say that on Facebook. Right. Okay, you guys, it's a great day to have a great day. and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.